Subscribe to my channel. Click on bell icon to get notification about new video.
2.2 The Souvenir. Souvenir means memorial trip. With the tip of her nose pressed to the window of the space shuttle, Siley sat gazing at the view outside for so long. Still she didn't seem to be contented. Space shuttle means a vehicle in which people travel into space and back again. Gazing means to stare. Contented, which means satisfied. She had read the description of this view several times before and had seen the scene on the video too. But this was different. Reading the description was one thing. Watching the pictures and videos captured by the camera was another. But getting an opportunity to view that amazing panorama with your own eyes, being present physically right in the midst of it, was indeed an out-of-the-world experience. Captured means recorded. Panorama means a very wide view. Out of the world means extraordinary, which is not found on earth. No matter how long she sat gazing, her awe and wonder did not seem to abate. Awe means a feeling with fear. Abate means decrease. The earth gradually appeared to get smaller and smaller in the sky. The azure blue sky was now looking jet black. The clouds had disappeared. The stars were shining bright. Azure blue sky means bright blue sky. This trip to the moon was exorbitantly expensive, but still Siley's mother had sent her on the trip. Exorbitant means extremely high. In our childhood, we could not even think of such long-distance trips. The longest trip meant going to Europe. If you are getting this opportunity, make the most of it, said Mummy. Oh, Mummy, Neha's grandmother was saying that in their childhood, the longest trip for school children used to be only up to Delhi or Kolkata. It seems so funny, isn't it? Said Siley, laughing. Remembering the incident made her laugh even now. Now the shuttle was getting closer and closer to the moon. Then it started orbiting the moon. In every 32 minutes, the shuttle completed one revolution round the moon. Light and darkness followed each other in quick succession. The dome-shaped settlements on the moon, which resembled the igloos of the Eskimos, were now visible. Succession means sequence. Resemble means look like. After some time, Siley's shuttle made a slow, measured and safe landing on the moon. The door of the shuttle was opened and the children were escorted through an airtight tunnel to the settlement at the Neil Armstrong base. Measured means steady or firm. Escorted means safely protected. The receptionist at the entrance to the base gave some instructions at the very outset. Outset means beginning or start. I welcome you all to the Neil Armstrong base. To make your stay at the moon pleasant and comfortable, I would like you to take certain precautions. Listen carefully to my instructions and please follow them during your stay. You know that the gravitational force of the moon is 1/6 that of the Earth. In the human settlements on the moon, a gravitational force equivalent to that of the Earth has been artificially maintained. But outside those settlements, the gravitational force of the moon is at work. You will have to be extremely careful when you roam around there. The second point to remember is relating to shopping on the moon. You all must be interested in carrying souvenirs back home from the moon. Please buy the articles only from the shops which are inside the dome-shaped settlements. There you will be assured of genuine articles. Do not buy anything from the unauthorized shops outside the settlements. I wish you a very happy and pleasant stay on the moon. A jam-packed 3 days program awaited the children on the moon. Jam-packed means extremely full. According to the Earth calculations, on the moon there were 15 days of daylight and 15 days of nighttime. The 3 days of the trip were going to be part of the nighttime on the moon. One of the most important programs of the first day was Sky Watch. On the Earth, it was usually foggy and the stars were seen rarely and only very faintly. There was no atmosphere on the moon. On the dark background of the moon sky, the stars shone dazzling bright. The most attractive view was that of the disk of the Earth. In the moon sky, the Earth looked 13 times bigger than the moon in the Earth sky. It was also 70 times brighter. The Earth light fell on the moon. This beautiful, enchanting view made Siley and her friends ecstatic. They fell asleep feeling happy, excited, and comfortable at the same time. Enchant means charm. Ecstatic means joyful excitement. The second day's attraction was the circus on the moon. One unique feature of the circus was the seating arrangement. The spectators were made to sit in the tent, and the circus was going on outside. High jumps and long jumps were the special attractions. One gymnast jumped 27 meters high. On both the days, besides the main attractions, much time was reserved for visiting the various settlements there. It was expected that the students should spend some time for self-study. The teacher had assigned them the task of writing an essay on how they spent their time on the moon, which places they visited, what they observed, etc. Siley and her friends had travelled far and wide and had done a lot of sightseeing. On the third day, the teacher took them to a place of historical importance. 100 years ago, Neil Armstrong had landed at this place. Everyone was looking forward to this visit to the historical monument. It was the oldest place in the history of man on the moon. The first footprint of Neil Armstrong was preserved on the moonland. Beside the footprint was a grand statue of Armstrong. At the base of the statue were carved the first words uttered by a human on the moon. One small step for a man, one giant leap of mankind. To utter means to speak. Leap means high jump. The next attraction for the children was that they were going to wear the space suits for the first time. Then they were going to roam outside, experiencing the gravitational force of the moon. Be careful when you walk, dear children. Don't run or sprint. You will fall. The teacher was warning repeatedly. But who was in the mood to listen? They hopped, jumped, and ran around. Sprint means run at full speed. Buy ornaments specially made from the stones on the moon. Very cheap. Cheaper than those available in the shops in the settlement. Cheaper and better. At least have a look. The roadside shopkeepers screamed at the top of their voice. Buy, sister, buy. I'm selling these earrings really cheap. Saying this, he approached Siley and displayed the sets of shining stones earrings. Siley suddenly remembered her mother. Tomorrow they were to start on their return journey. She had completely forgotten her mother in the last 3 days. She felt terribly guilty. Buy these, sister. Don't think much. Cheaper and better. Take it. Siley looked around. The other children had proceeded ahead. Come on, give me those red earrings quick. Siley pointed at them and asked, What's the price? Only 1,000 rupees, replied the salesman. Siley immediately paid the amount, took the earrings and ran to catch up with her friends. On returning home, Siley told her mother very enthusiastically, Mummy, look what I have brought for you. Her mother picked up the earrings. She exclaimed, Hello, dear. How am I going to wear such heavy earrings? Siley immediately realized her mistake. Siley had purchased the earrings in the field of the moon's gravity. Translated from the story Bhet by Lakshman Londhe. Punctuation. Full stop. It is also known as period. It is used at the end of a statement or order. Statement: I have 3 colored pencils. Order: sit down. It is also used in abbreviations like BA. Comma. A comma shows a slight pause in a sentence. It is used for the following. A. To separate words in a list. We have a mango tree, a banana tree, 2 neem trees, and a guava tree in our garden. B. To separate phrases or clauses. Actually, if you are interested in wild animals, you must visit that sanctuary. C. In writing conversations. Please pay attention, the teacher said. She said, This is interesting. D. Before or after the word or words used to address someone. Mummy, can I go out to play with friends? Question mark. It is used at the end of a question. How are you? Can you hold my bicycle for a moment, please? Exclamation mark. It is used after an interjection or exclamation. What a beautiful flower! Ouch! Congratulations! Hyphen. It is used to connect the parts of a compound word. Examples: double-click, commander-in-chief, anti-terrorism. Dash. It is used to separate parts of a sentence. There are 3 types of pollution: air pollution, water pollution, and sound pollution. Factual questions. 1. Think and answer. In what time periods is the story taking place? Answer. The story is taking place in the future, about 50 years from today. Where does Siley live? Answer. Siley lives on Earth. 2. Imagine you are landing on the moon. What would be your feelings? Answer. I would be terribly thrilled and excited. I would look all around me so that I could see every single thing clearly. If I had a camera, I would click photographs to show my family and friends back home. I would also visit every possible place and bring back souvenirs. 3. What were the 2 important instructions? Answer. The 2 important instructions to the children were A. To be extremely careful while roaming around outside the settlements, and B. To buy souvenirs and articles only from the shops which were inside the dome-shaped settlements and not from the unauthorized shops outside the settlements. 4. What was special about Skywatch on the moon? Answer. On the Earth, the stars were seen rarely and only very faintly. But in the moon sky, the stars shone dazzling bright. The most attractive view was that of the disk of the Earth. In the moon sky, the Earth looked 13 times bigger than the moon in the Earth sky. It was also 70 times brighter. The Earth light fell on the moon, making the view enchanting. 5. What does it tell you about the conditions on the Earth at that time? Answer. It tells us that pollution levels had become so high that it was usually foggy on the Earth and stars were seen rarely and only very faintly. 6. What would be the overall effects of having no atmosphere? Answer. The atmosphere contains oxygen, which is essential for life. If there was no atmosphere, there would be no oxygen and life as we know it would not exist. There would be no protection for the Earth from the harmful radiation from the sun. The oceans would evaporate due to the extreme heat. The day temperature would be extremely high and night temperature would be extremely low. All the various objects moving about in space would hit the Earth if there was no atmosphere to protect it. 7. What could be the reason behind the unique seating arrangement? Answer. As the gravitational force of the moon is 1/6 that of the Earth, the children would have found it difficult to sit on chairs outside the artificially maintained settlements. They would also have to wear space suits. Therefore, they were made to sit inside the tents. The circus was going on outside the tent because the gravitational force of the moon was making high jumps and long jumps very easy for the gymnasts and thrilling for the spectators. 8. Was Siley making a mistake when she bought earrings? Answer. Yes, Siley was making a mistake when she bought earrings. 9. What instructions had she ignored? Answer. Siley and others had been told to buy souvenirs and articles only from the shops which were inside the dome-shaped settlements and not from the unauthorized shops outside the settlements. She ignored these instructions when she bought the earrings. 10. Why had the earrings become so heavy on the Earth? Answer. Weight is the force exerted on a body by gravity. Siley had purchased the earrings in the field of the moon's gravity, which is 1/6 that of the Earth. Naturally, these earrings would be much heavier in the field of Earth's gravity. English workshop. 1. Guess the meaning of the following words. Exorbitantly, precautions, unauthorized, repeatedly, enthusiastically. Write the smaller and related words that you see within these words. Answer. The meaning of the words are as follows. 1. Exorbitantly means excessively. 2. Precautions. Steps taken in advance to prevent something dangerous or unpleasant. 3. Unauthorized. Not having official permission or approval. 4. Repeatedly. Again and again. 5. Enthusiastically. Excitedly. The smaller and related words that we see within these words are as follows. 1. Exorbitantly. Exorbitant, orbit, boxer, brain, retain. 2. Precautions. Caution, auction, cause, sprain, stain. 3. Unauthorized. Authorize, author, horse, there, rise. 4. Repeatedly. Repeated, repeat, eatery, deeply, drape. 5. Enthusiastically. Enthusiastic, enthusiast, static, silently, silent. 2. Use the details given in the story and your imagination and prepare a timetable for the trip to the moon. Answer. Timetable for trip to the moon is as follows. The time is in Earth hours. Day 1. from 7:30 to 10:30 a.m., arrival and settling down. From 10:30 to 2 p.m., skywatch. 2 to 3:30 p.m., lunch and relaxation. 3:30 to 6:30 p.m., visiting settlements. 6:30 to 8 p.m., dinner and relaxation. 8 to 10 p.m., self-study. Day 2, 7:30 to 10:30 a.m., exploring nearby surroundings. 10:30 to 2 p.m., circus. 2 to 3:30 p.m., lunch and relaxation. 3:30 to 6:30 p.m., visiting settlements. 6:30 to 8 p.m., dinner and relaxation. 8 to 10 p.m., self-study. Day 3, 7:30 to 10:30 a.m., trip to historical monument. 10:30 to 2 p.m., visit to research laboratory. 2 to 3:30 p.m., lunch and relaxation. 3:30 to 6:30 p.m., roaming outside the human settlements, shopping. 6:30 to 8 p.m., dinner and relaxation. 8 to 10 p.m., self-study, packing and departure. 3. Say whether the following statements are right or wrong. A. Siley was travelling in space for the first time. Answer: right. B. Many changes had occurred on the Earth in the 100 years before Siley's trip to the moon. Answer: right. C. There were no old cities left on the Earth. Answer: wrong. D. Siley's mother did not want her to go on the trip. Answer: wrong. E. There were no human settlements on the moon. Answer: wrong. F. Siley made a hasty purchase. Answer: right. G. Siley did not understand the mistake she had made. Answer: wrong. 4. Imagine you are Siley. Write a diary for every day of your trip to the moon and for the day you gave the earrings to your mother. Answer: Day 1. Arrived at 7:30 a.m. Flight was simply amazing. Out of this world. Already worth every rupee that Mom has spent. Settled down, unpacked. I'm in a dormitory with 3 other girls. Were given instructions and precautions. Next program, Skywatch. Fantastic, superb. I'm wonderstruck at the brilliance of the stars and the Earth. Mom just has to make this trip. Afternoon, saw the settlements inside. Much like Earth settlements, the people are fewer. Then 2 hours of self-study and writing. Can't escape that even here. Bed. Tired but thrilled. Day 2. First explored area near camp. Interesting people and shops. Shops are costly. Then the circus. Oh my! The way those gymnasts jumped and swung. Of course, it was easier than on Earth, as the moon's gravitational force is 1/6 that of Earth. Still, my heart was in my mouth in fear. After that, once again went to another set of settlements. Far from the main center, people here more like the tribals on Earth. Then, homework again and bed. Day 3. Spent morning visiting the place where Neil Armstrong landed so many years ago. Oldest place in the history of man on the moon. Wonder how people did it in those days with that limited technology. Saw statue of Armstrong and his famous words, "One small step." Later, visited the research lab, bit boring and technical. Then finally went outside the artificially maintained environment into the atmosphere of the moon. Wore space suits which felt heavy first and then as light as air. Wonderful experience. Saw many roadside shops, just like on Earth. Saw some beautiful earrings and remembered Mom. Love her. Want to take something for her. Will buy the earrings. Day 4. Oh no, oh no, oh no! Showed the earrings to Mom. She picked them up. She exclaimed that they were terribly heavy. Remembered that I had bought them from that cheating shopkeeper in the field of the moon's gravity. Foolish me. Oh, never mind, says Mum. She will keep them in the cupboard and look at them every day. Thanks, Mom. 5. Discuss. In the story, human settlements are mentioned, but not cities or villages. Why is it so? Answer. You can discuss using the following points. Too soon still. These are early stages. Human settlements are first step. Later, with progress, villages and cities are formed, etc. 8. Language study. Common nouns. 2. Some nouns stand for a number of persons or things taken together. They are called collective nouns. Example, class, a class of 60 students. A herd of cattle, a flock of sheep, a team of players, a list of names. Collective nouns also have singular and plural forms. Examples, class, classes, herd, herds, team, teams. Make a collection of collective nouns. Answer. Some collective nouns. A class of students. A herd of cattle. A bunch of grapes. A flock of sheep. A pride of lions. A litter of puppies. A crew of sailors. An album of photographs. A set of tools. A heap of stones. A library of books. A bunch of keys. A team of players. A pack of cards. A crowd of people. A flight of birds. A pile of books. A swarm of bees. An army of soldiers. A band of robbers. A bouquet of flowers. A bundle of sticks. A pack of wolves. A shoal of fish. A cluster of stars. A gaggle of geese. A panel of judges. A fleet of ships. A brood of chickens.